Imagine a world where everything works. You have international trade, diplomatic treaties, and complex economies. People feel safe. They believe their civilization is eternal, that the walls they built will last forever. 3,200 years ago, this was reality. The Late Bronze Age was the first, globalized era in human history. The Egyptians, the Hittites, the Mycenaeans, and the Babylonians were all best friends, mostly. They relied on each other to make bronze. The nuclear technology of the time, you needed copper from Cyprus and tin from Afghanistan. No single nation had both. It was a complex, beautiful machine. But complex systems have a dark secret. The more connected they are, the easier they break. Around 1200 BC, the machine began to glitch. It didn't happen all at once. It started with the weather. We have evidence of a megadrought that lasted not just years, but decades. In a world without refrigeration, no rain means no food. No food means riots. Then, the earth itself turned against them. Geologists call it an earthquake storm, a period where tectonic plates shifted violently across Greece and Turkey. The kings tried to pray to their gods, but the gods were silent. The supply chains were cut. The tin stopped coming. The bronze factories shut down. And then, they arrived. History calls them the Sea Peoples. We still don't know who they were. Were they pirates? Invaders? Or were they just desperate refugees fleeing their own starving lands? It doesn't matter. To the Bronze Age empires, they were the apocalypse. The collapse was swift and brutal. It is arguably the worst disaster in human history. The Mycenaeans, the heroes of the Trojan War, vanished. Their palaces were burned to the ground. The mighty Hittite Empire simply ceased to exist. Their capital, Hattusa, was abandoned to the wolves. Even Egypt, the superpower of the age, barely survived. They fought off the Sea Peoples, but the cost bankrupt the pharaohs. Egypt would never be great again. But the scariest part wasn't the war. It was the silence. In Greece, the art of writing was lost. They literally forgot how to read. For 300 years, humanity entered a dark age. Stories became legends. Kings became myths. The light of civilization flickered, and went out. This is where the nihilism kicks in. If the greatest empires on Earth can disappear overnight, what does that mean for us? We are just as fragile. We rely on chips from Taiwan, gas from Russia, wheat from Ukraine. We are living in a Jenga tower, just like they were. Is all our progress temporary? Are we just waiting for our own Sea Peoples? Maybe. The universe doesn't care about our stock markets or our internet. But, wait. Look closer at the ashes. The Bronze Age collapsed, yes. But because the strict, top-down empires were destroyed, something new could grow. The chaos forced survivors to innovate. They discovered iron, a metal that anyone could find, not just the rich kings. This democratized power. From the Dark Age came the Iron Age. From the Iron Age came the Classical Age. Athens. Rome. Science. Us. If the Bronze Age hadn't collapsed, we might still be ruled by god-kings, stuck in a stagnant world. The collapse was painful, but it was necessary. Destruction is the compost of history. So, if our world falls apart, don't worry. Something better will grow on our bones. Thanks for watching. This channel is powered by Black Hole. We are a small team exploring the dark corners of history. If you want to see the next collapse, hit subscribe.